My skates sharpened the other day and popped on over to the historic Rideau Hall skate rink. There, I caught up with Allison Hamer, Assistant Director of Visitor Services. Check out my visit. Woo! Oh my gosh, Allison. This spot is absolutely glorious. It's so beautiful. Here we are at Rideau Hall skating rink. It's just simply beautiful. Can you give me a little bit of like historical perspective here on the skating rink and the building attached to it there?
Absolutely, Rosie. So the Rideau Hall skating rink is perhaps the longest continually maintained outdoor rink that we know of in North America. So Lord Dufferin, who was our Governor General of Canada in the 1870s, created this rink in 1872. He loved hosting people at Rideau Hall, both inside the residence but also on the grounds. So he and his wife, Lady Dufferin, they would have big skating parties, and that was when it was originally created. But then the history of winter traditions being celebrated at Rideau Hall has continued with all of the subsequent Governors General who have brought folks together for winter activities here. Perhaps two really cool ones to note. Lord Stanley, people will recognize that family name, of course. Lord Stanley, when he came to Canada in the late 1880s and early 1890s, fell in love with the sport of hockey. Not only did he like to go watch games, but he also learned to play the sport himself. And even more cool, his children loved to play the game, including his daughters. So Lady Isabel, Lord Stanley's daughter, what we believe to be one of the first known photographs of women playing hockey in Canada was actually of Lady Isabel and her teammates playing at the Rideau Hall rink. Super, super cool part of the tradition, I'd say.
That's beautiful when you think of that. And then as I understand it, there's another Governor General who really uplifted women's hockey.
Absolutely. So we fast forward a little bit. Adrienne Clarkson, one of our more modern day Governors General, she really wanted to celebrate women in the sport of hockey. So she actually created a cup called the Clarkson Cup, which at the time recognized the winning team every year in the Canadian Women's Hockey League that existed at the time. Doesn't exist anymore. So the Clarkson Cup is at, we believe, the Hockey Hall of Fame.
It's just wonderful. Listen, if you want to come out here, family members, young kids, older people, who can make their way here? Who's allowed to come on?
Absolutely anyone. And we love to see people of all ages and all backgrounds come here to the rink. It's still a bit of a hidden gem in the region, so it's not always very crowded, which makes it a perfect place for people who are learning to skate to come. So yes, absolutely anyone can come. Our hours on weeknights, we're open from 5 until 8:30. Last entry onto the grounds at 7:45. And on weekends from noon until 8:30, last entry 7:45. And folks just have to walk onto the grounds using the pedestrian gates. Just walk onto the grounds, exactly. Yeah. And we always have guides here from Rideau Hall who will welcome them. The fires will be lit both outside and inside the pavilion. The pavilion, a very exceptional building. It's a restored heritage building. Used to be a dairy building at the time when Rideau Hall was a working farm. So you can lace up next to the wood stove in the pavilion, learn a bit more about the history of winter traditions here at Rideau Hall and the exhibit that's inside there. And then you just come out onto the rink, skate either under the blue sky or the stars at night, and enjoy your time before heading home at the end of the day.
This rink is amazing. It's beautiful. It's crisp. I just cannot wait to get my skate on.
Absolutely.
So why don't we do that, Allison?
Let's do that, Rosie.
Thank you so much for giving us a little bit
coming.
of information of what's going on here. This is a wonderful way to get outside. Really just like winter, yes, we know it's cold, but yeah, it's Canada and we can enjoy.
We just got to embrace it.
Absolutely. So you know what? We are going to go for a little skate right now. Thank you again,
Thanks,
Allison.
Rosie. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay. That's great.
This is so much fun. You can bring your own snacks, and there's some picnic tables on the side of the rink, and no on-site parking, but there's free street parking. And no worries, you got the little ones. There are washrooms on site.